Hi, this is my review of Maiden Scotland at the Bungalow in Paisley on Saturday the 22nd of February 2025. My name's Ricky and welcome to my channel, Gig in 60 Seconds. The Bungalow is located in Shuttle Street in Paisley. It's a small cobbled street with a few different pubs in it. It really reminds me of Ashton Lane in the West End of Glasgow. It says it's got a capacity of 290, however, I think it's probably less than that, closer probably to about the 200 mark, to be honest. Now, the ticket was just under £16 to get in. I thought that represents really good value. Now, a lot of folk I know don't like going and seeing tribute bands, but I'm not one of those. I've gone and seen plenty of tribute bands down through the years. In my opinion, if you can't get to see the real thing, then if you've got musicians that can play the drums and guitar and you get a half decent singer, then, you know, it makes for a good night. And in Martin, the lead singer, they've got more than a decent singer. In fact, he's really good. They could envy Bruce on some of the notes that he hits. Like, honestly, his voice is so good. I've done a review before and gone on about it, so I'll not say too much more on that topic. So the night itself was meant to be a tribute to Paul Di'Anno, the former singer of Iron Maiden originally. So the band had promised beforehand that they were going to do some songs from the first two albums. They'd actually put it up on their Facebook page prior, like asking what folks' favourite songs were off the first couple of albums. So I had said Another Life, Purgatory and Drifters, and quite a lot of folk had said Drifters, but they didn't play any of those three, to be honest. So they played 18 songs in total. They came on at 9 o'clock. They were scheduled for 8:45 and they finished at 10:45, so an hour and 3/4. They were actually meant to do another one, Evil That Men Do, but they didn't have time for that. And of those 18 songs, 9 of them did feature the first two albums. I'll see if I can remember what they were from memory. So it started off with The Ides of March and then went into Prowler. They also did Killers, Remember Tomorrow, Wrathchild, Phantom of the Opera, Iron Maiden, and they had the instrumental Transylvania, which went straight into Strange World. So yeah, a nice tribute to hear some of those songs, and Martin joked, that they hadn't played some of them since like 2008. I think that's what they said the last time was that they did Killers. So this was about my 18th or 19th time seeing Maiden Scotland. I first saw them back in 2004, and they were actually only formed in 2003. I've seen them almost every year, and I'm going to see them again at the end of May at Oranmore, and then hopefully in December they'll probably play the gig at the Garage with Alice Cooper, the Alice Cooper tribute band. So out of the 9 songs that weren't from the first two albums, you had 2 Minutes to Midnight, Fear of the Dark, which was an excellent sing-along audience participation tune, Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name. They finished with Run to the Hills, and you had Wicker Man in there as well. You also had Eddie coming on stage for The Trooper and dressed up in costume. Now, for this gig, I was actually right at the front, and I got a bit of a fright because Eddie came up behind me and grabbed me by the neck like that with this sword. And I wasn't expecting it, but I couldn't see it was behind me. So I got a bit of a fright, and then he joined them on stage for the song, and he was fooling around with the band members and pretending they're killing each other with the sword and stuff. So some really good interaction in that. The stage itself is quite small, just due to the venue size. So there was just the sort of Trooper Eddie last night, and not the 4 that we got at the Garage in Glasgow. There was somebody dressed up in a Reaper costume for the start of Number of the Beast as well. They came out dressed like the Grim Reaper, so it was pretty cool to throw that in there, and really good that they've got these got these props. I'm assuming they must own them because they've had it like at the last few years now. It looks pretty cool. So the crowd were really up for it. There was loads of Iron Maiden t-shirts in the crowd, so really good to see. There was a few people right on it, shall we say. So I'll say what I always say, like, if you want to enjoy like an Iron Maiden music night, then go along and check these guys out. They play up and down the country, like in Dunfermline and Bathgate and Dundee, and obviously Glasgow as well. They're really good tribute band. Scotland's best, I would say. And yeah, for between £15 and £20, you'll get a good night and you'll get to hear Iron Maiden songs because, let's face it, Iron Maiden normally only play up in Scotland like every few years, and obviously the number of times that you'll get to see Iron Maiden is probably going to be limited now just due to the age of them, whereas these guys, I'm sure, still have quite a lot left in the tank. So that was my thoughts. If you were there, let me know what you thought of the gig and if there was any songs that you would have liked to have seen in there. That's all for me for now. Until next time, have a good day.